Hey now, PGH Comic Expert here, coming at you with my most recent haul, as well as convention finds, and just randomness here. So, a lot to cover today. I'm just going to get started. First one here, I'm trying something new, by the way. I'm actually shooting in the dark, but I have a little light focused on my backdrop. So I'm going to see how that works. The lighting in this room is awful. So if you guys want to give me any feedback on that, that'd be great. Alright, so starting, there was a convention in town, what was like in the suburbs of Pittsburgh, called Steel City Con. I go to every single one of them because I know a good bit of the dealers there, and they tend to give me a little bit better prices on the books I'm looking for as opposed to other places. So, that being said, I did stop at a Half Price Books while I was there, and found some decent stuff in their bins. First one here, this is the magazine, The Spirit #3. It's Warren Magazines. I believe that was a Marvel imprint at one point. This was a Will Eisner creation. I'm not a huge fan of Spirit. I thought the movie was awful. But if I can get the early issues of this book, because it was Will Eisner and they actually named an award after this guy, not to mention that he was huge with Disney, I think it's worth having these ones. So also in the comic bin of Half Price Books, I found one of these, a little beat up in the top corner there. That is the Heroes Initiative. This was the program that was created to for memoriam of all the 9/11 heroes. This was featured on the book was featured on Comic Book Men. So when I saw it sitting in the bin, even if it's beat up, it's definitely worth having. That's actually a double. I have another one here I'm going to show you. Also at half price, I found Silver Age Classics of Showcase #4. That's reprinting the first appearance of The Flash. Those reprints are actually becoming more and more popular because nobody can afford the actual book. Unless you're like a die-hard collector and you've got hundreds of thousands in your bank account, which is not me. Alright, Shadow Man #7. That was a half-price find as well. Mercenot gave me the idea for this one. I'm a huge Shadow Man fan. I love the first early Valiant stuff. And Mercenot had told me on one of his, not told me, you know, not like he's talking directly to me, but told his viewers that Shadow Man #7 is really hard to come by in the wild. So whenever I did see this in the Half Price Books store, I did manage to pick it up. Not the first Master Dark, that's #8, and I already showed you that one. Alright, Lone Wolf and Cub #3 was in that bin. I showed you the last video, I had like 1, 2, 4 through 8. So this at least makes it start to get serial here. Matt Wagner's rendition of Demon. That is book 4. Now I only need book 3 and then I'll have the set. Once I have the set, I'll probably be selling it. That's actually a really old DC character. Another reprint, but still popular. Peter Panzerfaust #1, the Image Firsts. Just like I said, these reprints are getting popular, and they're a little bit more expensive on eBay because than cover price, at least, because they're easier to come by and they're in more demand than the originals, because the originals are getting ridiculous. Last find from Half Price Books, Logan's Run #5. Too bad it wasn't #6. Almost had my hands on a #6 at the con, but the guy just didn't want to give it up for a few bucks. I'm like, look, buddy, this thing looks like, you know, it's been rolled up. I'm offering you $5 for it, and he didn't want anything to do with it. And I'm like, it's like a $15 book mint, so $5 is a premium there. You know, some of those dealers, those conventions. So I went to somebody I didn't know, which is why I didn't come away with it. So I do have a lot of books here. The Frankenstein Dracula War. That is a Mike Mignola cover. That was $1. Nothing special about Topps Comics. I just love Mike Mignola's artwork, and Topps had a lot of covers done by him. All right. Better copy of Batman Year 3, Part 1. That's the first appearance of Tim Drake. At least the cover's attached in both staples this time. You got Batman Year 3, Part 4, so that completes the set. Total Eclipse, Book 4. That's actually the first Neil Gaiman writing on Miracle Man. A lot of people don't know that. This one, I couldn't pass it up for the price. I paid $1 for it. And it is a double. I can't decide which one I want to get rid of. This one has a ring, and it's kind of hard to see it in the light here because like I said, I'm trying something new. Has a coffee ring on it. The one I have in my collection has a cigarette burn, so maybe this is an upgrade. I don't know. I can't seem to find this book in the wild in nice shape for a decent price, but for $1 I just wasn't going to let it go. By the way, that's the first appearance of Harry Osborn as the Green Goblin. Here's another one I scored for $1. I scored a lot of Spider-Man. Nothing super key, but real cheap. This is actually the wedding issue. Well, the first time they got married. I figured since they're renewing their vows, it's probably a good idea. Here is a Ditko-esque cover swipe of that's just $2.59. That's the only reason I bought it. Just the cover looked cool. It looked like the original Ditko artwork, so I took advantage of it. And I think he sheds the suit, or he gets rid of the black suit at this point. That was probably the only key thing here. Then I think he actually makes a black suit later. That's $2.82. That's the Marvel 25th anniversary band. Glare is a little tight on the left side here. Let's see, then we got some McFarlane, $3.22. Trying to fill that run. These are okay copies. $3.25. That one's got some spine stress. I mean, it's not a super key issue there. It's just the assassination plot. Last book of that. Oh, here's a good one. Paid a little bit more for this than $1. Amazing Spider-Man 344. That's the first appearance of Cardiac. That's also the first appearance of Cletus Kasady, the man who would become Carnage. $3.45. This is actually a double. I bought my first copy of this off of the newsstand. This one here is the first full appearance of Cletus Kasady, and this is the one that shows you how he gets the symbiote, and it's the Return of Venom. Cool story. I remembered reading it as a kid.
Daddy.
All right. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 365, the hologram cover. Gotta love the 90s. That is the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. Let's see. Wolverine number 10, first meeting of Sabretooth. I was wondering why this was so cheap. I bought it off of a dealer that I knew. He asked me if there was something funny about the back cover, and I did look when I got home the night before and saw that it was torn. I really like this guy. He offered to give me my money back. I said it was I said his name's George. I said, George, it was $3. I'm not really worried about it, and I needed it anyway, and I don't plan on selling this one. It's for my personal collection. So found this for $1. Renew Your Vows number 1. Secret Wars. I think that's the regular cover. Number 2. Regular cover. Let's see. Found a Miracle Man. Marvel Miracle Man number 5. Alex Ross variant. Beautiful cover. Probably throw that in. I'm actually trying to sell all the Marvel Miracle Mans, but I'm trying to sweeten the deal here.
Sparkle cover.
I have an executive producer with me today who is 4. And then this is Miracle Man 16. That's also a variant cover, but I can't tell who did the artwork on that one. Okay, still have some more books. Plenty to go through today. I did say that I found a second copy of this. I actually bought this one before I found the one at Half Price Books. That one's in much better shape. Okay. Cool story here. Newsstand. This is a double. Hulk 456. That's when he becomes the Horseman of War. There's a little wear on the edge, but all in all, it's a nice copy. It is a double, like I said. So if anybody needs it, feel free to reach out. I'm up for trade.
That's cool.
Here is the next issue in that one. I think it finishes up in 458, but nobody had that one. So I will look for 458. Here's another good one. Plus, it's Hulk vs. Juggernaut. It's hard to go wrong with that.
Daddy,
Action. Action Comics number 544. This is a newsstand edition. This is the first appearance of Lex Luthor's body armor, as well as the first appearance of Cyborg Brainiac. Pretty cool. Alright, I've got 3 books here that I want to show you.
Mommy?
Again, I have an executive producer here. So we've got, I found all these at the one guy that didn't want to sell me Logan's Run, but little did he know that he got away with getting these to me for a really good price. So that is 2001 A Space Odyssey. It's going to be number 9. This is number 9. This is number 10. It's the end. It's also the final issue. And this is number 8, which is the first appearance of Mr. Machine, X-51. Machine Man, very underrated character. A Jack Kirby creation. This is a double. All 3 of those are doubles. I do have the whole run. I showed that on another video.
Black lightning?
A little bit of smegma up here in the corner. Yeah, they're mid-grade. They're lower, mid to lower grade. So, like I said, I'm not expecting a Hulk 181 in return for these if anybody does want to trade. Otherwise, I'm just going to throw them on eBay. Alright, here's a cool one. Looking for the whole series of this, but I got the first one. I'm also looking for the White Claws. That's a misprint, but it is it was a recalled misprint, but it is out there. This is Wolverine 145, 25th anniversary of Wolverine, and this is when he becomes the Horseman of Death. So you had Hulk become the Horseman of War, and Wolverine becomes Death. Pretty cool. Okay, now I'm getting into some of my hot books here. Hot book alert. Yeah, look at that. Black Lightning number 1. So DC Comics, I got this from VinCrew. Thank you for the tip on this one, my friend. Even though we've never met, that's we are friends in the industry. So according to VinCrew, Tony Isabella, the creator of Black Lightning, has reconciled with DC. And it looks like they're going to be collaborating on another Black Lightning project. A while back I showed you some newer, some of the New Gods stuff that I had, and that was after I went out and bought some New Gods stuff after I found out that Neil Adams was collaborating with DC again to reimagine the New Gods that were just Jack Kirby's creation. So there you go. Take it for what it's worth. Black Lightning, that's probably a VF, a 7.5. The guy had another copy, but I was at... Don't mind the commentary. I was just at the point where I was at my budget and I didn't want to go any higher, so I lowballed him on the mid-grade and got it. So, okay with that. I'm happy with that price. Okay, taking a break from comics here for just a second. That was the hot book. I'm taking a small break. I just want to show off something here. Yes. That is Chasing Amy, the DVD. Okay. So, I did, while I was there, take advantage of some of the stars that we're visiting and had Joey Lauren Adams sign the inside, which, as you can see, is the mock cover of the comic book Chasing Amy, where if you watch that movie, that was featured at the very end. So, and she was awesome. Super cool about it. Really nice person. Super happy to meet her. So, there it is. I did meet Joey Lauren Adams at the show. I was really surprised that she came to Pittsburgh. We don't get that many awesome stars.
Daddy?
Okay. Alright. What do I got to show you here? Okay. Hot book alert. Archie. This was not at the con. I did pick up I showed you this in the last video. This is Archie number 1, the newsstand edition, Fiona Staples cover. Picked this one up online. And it is the only way you can get this is on the newsstand, and there's very few of these on eBay right now. So when I see them, I've been buying them. I actually have 2 copies here. I have a third in storage, or in my long box storage. I'm up for trade if anybody's interested. It's actually a good story if you like Mark Waid. I was a fan of Irredeemable, so worth it. Okay, another cool book here. Amazing Spider-Man number, is it 13? I don't remember. I think it's 13. 14. I'm off by a number. This is the Wizard Ace edition of Amazing Spider-Man number 14. I got this from that same place where all the other Spider-Mans were on sale. I'm really surprised nobody took it. Don't really like the fact that they made the Green Goblin look like he did in the movie there. But it is the Wizard version, the reprinting of the first meeting of these two. I guess that glider is better than the broomstick he was riding on. Alright. Let's see. Kind of hot book alert. That's Wolverine 67. I don't even know what volume it is. I think it's 4. This is Old Man Logan Part 2. Okay. Got a hot book alert here. Hot book, hot book. Bought this off of a dealer I knew really well. That is the regular cover of Wolverine 66. That is Old Man Logan Part 1. Hugh Jackman has been hinting at the fact that the Old Man Logan story is going to be the one featured, and as I put that one in a My Light, I thought it might be worth keeping that one a little preserved. Okay, last convention book, and then I got something special to show you. Really happy with this one. Archie, Volume 1, number 25. I do love these Golden Age Archie books. I love the artwork. I love the way they drew Betty and Veronica back then. This one, bought this off of George, same guy who sold me the Wolverine. As you can see, it's got a bit of a chunk missing at the bottom. But this is a 1950s comic, so what do you expect? So, you know, to find one real for what I paid for that, to find one in a real high grade, it'll be kind of tough. But again, I love the Golden Age Archie stuff, and every time I see it at a good price, I will pick it up if it's in nice enough shape that I can live with. Alright, got a surprise for you all. Boom. Incredible Hulk 180, first appearance of Wolverine in cameo. This one's got some issues. It's probably a 4, maybe a 3.5. Didn't notice this when I bought it, which I got it as an auction steal. Cover at the bottom is separated from the staple. I was a little pissed off about that when it came in because the seller strategically did not take a picture of it outside of the bag, but I didn't pay a lot for this. I just happened to get lucky. I was Johnny on the spot with an auction and bid at the last second, ended up getting it. Didn't realize that somebody just didn't bid high on it. So for the price, I'm really not going to complain. I am open for offers on this one or trade. I know what I paid for it. I know what I'd like to at least get in trade or trade or cash as a return. And the reason it is up for sale is because I have 2. This one here also has its share of issues. It's probably the same grade, about a 3.5. The difference between this one and the previous one is, while the previous one has some more gloss in the H area, and it's got some more white in the circle here. So the cover has more shine to it than this one. But this one has, the one on the right has the stamp intact, and it is fully, staples are tight, everything is tight on it. Where the one, it might have higher gloss, but the bottom staple is detached and there is a spine split on the cover. So, yeah, I'll put it in my upgradable books. Do I have a 181? Maybe. Have I shown it to you yet? No. If I did have one, maybe. So, that one, I mean, like I said, I'm up for offers. I haven't really traded with anybody on YouTube yet. But I'd be open for something. You know, it is out there. I have 2 of these. And I'm leaning and talking at the same time. I do have 2 of these, and there's no sense in really keeping 2 of them. I would eventually like to get a nicer, higher grade one, like maybe a 6. But it's a start. I've been looking for this book for a while, and like I said, for the prices that I paid, I really couldn't pass them up. Alright, that is my haul. That is everything. That was convention. That was online. And that was half-price books, believe it or not. Oh, one last thing to show you. You can see these are in My Lights. So there's a seller, and I recognize the guy because he's this Italian New Yorker guy. You know, kind of paisan like myself, partially. And he always is selling supplies, and I couldn't help notice that he had My Lights there. You know, he had 50 packs of My Lights, and he had 50 packs of the fullbacks, as you can see. So I ended up paying. I don't have any My Lights, and I wanted to get some, but everywhere I look on eBay, they're pretty expensive. You know, usually for a pack of My Lights and a pack of fullbacks, it would have cost me $50 shipped, give or take. I got it for half of that, $25. The My Lights were 10, and the fullbacks were 15, and no tax, no shipping or anything. So next time I see that guy, and I always, like I said, last time I saw him, I bought comics off him because he does sell comics. He usually gets a bunch of deals at the New York Comic Con. That's what he told me when I talked to him at Pittsburgh Comic Con last year. I bought 3 packs of top loaders off of him the time before, and this time around, no comics, but I did buy the supplies off of him, and I am more than pleased because this is my first time I've ever bought My Lights, and I have them in a few of these books are in them, and I'm really happy with them. Not to be confused with last time I was at Ides. Sorry, I got my head turned here. I'll just show these off. Ides puts all of their Silver Age stuff in these Mylar D. Glare is just killing it, but I had 3 of these, and I didn't use them yet. I was waiting, but they sell them, I think, $1.30 a piece, but they also sell the My Lights, and I think they wanted even more money than that. But it is Ides, and anybody who's from Pittsburgh knows that Ides will probably have what you're looking for, just not at the price that you're looking to pay. It depends. I mean, you guys saw my last video with that Shield book, but otherwise that was the exception more so than the rule with them. I can't say that all the time. I mean, I have found some other books there. But anyway, I'm on garbage time now. I'm rambling. It's 22 minutes in. I'm going to end it. I got my son here begging for attention, so thank you all. My son, also my executive producer, for watching my video. Please let me know what you think of the new light. I kind of like it, except for that sometimes it just gives you some monster glare on the one side, but all in all, I'm kind of happy with it. I wonder how it would look if I moved it back here. No, that's too much glare. If I tilt it up, no, that's not going to work either. So I kind of liked it right where it was. So, okay, great. Peace, I'm out of here.